sailing under the Russian flag. Mark Zanker explains what they're after. Intervention within the 200 nautical mile zone, which is Australian under international law.
It was then that we decided as a government that something had to be done to address this problem. And we were able to convince the Prime Minister and Cabinet and my colleagues in Defence and in the customs area that we should mobilise our forces to make a real campaign against these illegal fishing boats.
Stand by one! Stand by one! Cast off one! Cast off one!
The naval base of Fremantle. A frigate of the Royal Australian Navy is putting to sea, HMAS Canberra. Australia is declaring war on the pirates. Canberra and Southern Supporter are heading for the operational area, Heard Island. They intend to set a trap for the pirates, to appear without warning and pounce.
Hands to boarding stations, hands to boarding stations, hands to boarding stations. Check, temperature control, say 3, condition Yankee.
On the 5th of February, an Australian Air Force Hercules takes off from Perth for Heard Island. Its mission to locate the pirate ships and relay their exact positions to the Canberra. It's the only Air Force reconnaissance plane that can cover such distances. 4,000 kilometers there and 4,000 kilometers back. Extra fuel tanks make it possible. Just a few minutes before they have to begin the return journey, they have a result. Two ships, the Lena and the Volga.
Through some good work by our fisheries officers, by customs officers, we were able to locate where they were.
The morning of the 6th of February 2002. Original footage. As yet, the pirates have no idea what's going to happen. They think it's just another threatening gesture. What they don't see, below decks, sailors and armed fisheries inspectors are getting ready for their first deployment against pirates. In just 32 miles, an hour's sailing time, the Lena will be outside the 200 nautical mile zone.
These pirates who know no law are not interested in what happens legally around the world. We knew that just giving them warnings or asking them to stop wouldn't work.
Shortly before midday, a Seahawk helicopter prepares for takeoff. The armed boarding detachment number off and receive their final orders.
They took action from HMAS Canberra with Navy and fisheries officers boarding the Lena and the Volga within the Australian fishing zone.
The Volga takes flight. There's just an hour left for apprehending the pirates. The order is first assess the situation. Nobody to be seen on deck. They're keeping under cover, not wanting to be caught on camera. The officer in charge is looking for a place where his men can abseil onto the ship. He decides on the afterdeck. The order is given to board. The Volga maneuvers recklessly to try to shake off the Australians. Within the hour, the squad is safely in position on the pirate ship. Fast attack boats with another squad on board head for the Lena. Wind force 8, over 60 kilometers an hour, but they too succeed in storming the ship.
And it could have ended up in disaster. It's very rough weather, very difficult weather. It's not the sort of seas that our sailors normally work in.
Customs! 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 Australian Customs! Customs! Australian Customs!
The squad searches for weapons and for evidence.
Closed door behind me. Look up.
During that operation, both the Lena that had previously escaped from the southern supporter and the Volga were captured. Whilst not perhaps a knockout blow, this certainly represented a significant punch.
Volga and Lena are under the control of the Australians. Relief here and back in the capital. Nearly 70 seamen are arrested. The Navy, Customs and Fisheries officers have taken command. They record everything on video. Cabins the size of cupboards house the Indonesians, 4 to a room. They're cowed and will end up without a cent in wages. The hygiene conditions below decks are indescribable.
They employ labour from third world countries, practically slave labour, in disgusting conditions that wouldn't be permitted in the civilised world.
The squad gives the frigate Canberra the green light. She conducts the convoy to Fremantle. The pirate ships are nothing but rust buckets. All the evidence is collected. It won't be difficult to prove illegal fishing to the courts. What happens to the equipment and the crew is unimportant as far as Sunhope is concerned. All they're concerned with is what's below in the freezers. The two ships are carrying nearly 200 tons of toothfish. Market value nearly $4 million US.
This is like the bulkhead. Across to that side there is the outside of the hull. You can see